Good day. Today we are going to be reading Van Gogh and the Sunflowers by Laurence Anholt. See the sunflowers there? That's a story about Vincent Van Gogh by Laurence Anholt. Van Gogh and the Sunflowers. Where Camile lived, the sunflowers grew so high they looked like real suns. A whole field of burning yellow suns. Every day after school, Camile ran through the sunflowers to meet his father, who was a postman. Together, they would lift down the heavy sacks of mail that came from the train. That's where they came from. One day, a strange man arrived in Camile's town. He had a straw hat and a yellow beard and quick brown eyes. "I am Vincent, the painter," he said, smiling at Camile. Vincent came to live in the yellow house at the end of Camile's street. He had no money and no friends. "Let's try to help him," said Camile's father. So they loaded the cart with pots and pans and furniture for the yellow house. Camile picked a huge bunch of sunflowers for the painter, and he put them in a big brown pot. Vincent was very pleased to have two good friends. Vincent asked Camile's father if he would like to have his picture painted, dressed in his best blue uniform. "You must sit very still," said Vincent. Camile loved the bright colors Vincent used and the strong smell of paint. As Camile watched, his father's face appeared like magic on the canvas. The picture was strange but very beautiful. Vincent said he would like to paint the whole family: Camile's mother, his big brother, his baby sister. At last, Camile himself. Camile was very excited. He had never even had his picture taken with a camera. Camile took his painting to school. He wanted everyone to see it, but the other children didn't like it. They all began to laugh. This made Camile very, very sad. After school, some of the older children started teasing Vincent. They ran along behind him as he went out to paint. Even the grown-ups joined in. "It's time he got a real job," they said, "instead of playing with paints all day." Camile sat for hours watching Vincent work. It was very hot, but Vincent worked fast. He painted the sunflower fields and even the sun itself. "He is the sunflower man," said Camile to himself. But no matter how hard Vincent worked, he could never sell any of his paintings. "If I had a lot of money," said Camile, "I would like to buy them all." "Thank you, my friend," laughed Vincent. One afternoon, as Camile and Vincent were coming back from the fields, some of the children from Camile's school were waiting. They shouted at Vincent and threw stones at him. Camile wanted them to stop, but what could he do? He was only a small boy. At last he ran home in tears. "Listen, Camile," said his father. People often laugh at things that are different, but I've got a feeling that one day they will learn to love Vincent's paintings. That night, Camille had a strange dream. He saw Vincent standing in the moonlight high above the town. Vincent had stuck candles on his hat so that he could see. The Sunflower Man was painting the stars. Early the next morning, Camille was awakened by a loud knocking at the door. Some men from the town had come to see his father. "Listen, postman," they said. "We want you to give this letter to your friend. It says he must pack up his paints and leave our town." Camille slipped out through the back door and he ran down the street to the yellow house. It seemed very quiet inside. When Camille saw the sunflowers he had picked for Vincent, they had all dried up and died. Camille felt sadder than ever. Vincent was upstairs packing his bags. He looked very tired, but he smiled at Camille. "Don't be sad," he said. "It's time for me to paint somewhere else now. Perhaps they will like my paintings there. But first I have something to show you." Vincent lifted down a big picture. There were Camille's sunflowers, bigger and brighter than ever. Camille looked at the painting. Then he smiled too. "Goodbye, Sunflower Man," he whispered, and ran out of the yellow house and into the sunshine. Camille's father was right. People did learn to love Vincent's paintings. Today, you would have to have a lot of money if you wanted to buy one. But now people all over the world go to museums and galleries, just like this one here, to see Vincent's paintings of the Yellow House, of Camille and his family, and especially the picture of the sunflowers. So bright and yellow, they look like real suns.